Hi, I'm Martin from Clifton Cameras, and today we're here in the Forest of Dean where we're going to take a detailed look at the Opticron range of travel scopes and field scopes. It's a bit of a grey, blustery, windy day in the Forest of Dean, but we don't care about that because we are joined by Rob Laughton from Opticron.
Right.
How are you doing, Rob?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. It's you wouldn't think it's April here. You think
wouldn't, would you?
It feels and looks a bit more like November, but here we are.
Yeah.
And we've got the Opticron scopes with us. So first of all, what we're going to do, there's two ranges effectively. You've got the MM3s and the MM4s. Things have got in common, both fully waterproof, both rubber armoured, and both available in either angled or straight versions. The MM3s are available in 60mm objective, which is this one, a little travel scope, or you've got the all new 80mm field scope. So Rob, what can you tell us about the MM3s?
So the MM3s are sort of more affordable range. So as you see later, we go on to the MM4, which is the Japanese made ones, but these are more affordable range. So you got the MM360 with that eyepiece retails around about £300, and then this one with the HR3 is around about 600. So they're both more at the affordable end of the range. The 80 is only 30 centimeters long, as you can see, so is very short. Is 1300 grams, so it's very lightweight as well. But obviously you get a bit more zoom out of that one than you do out of this one. So this one 16 to 48, this one 20 to 60. So if you want a bit more reach with it, you've got 20 to 60 on that one.
I think what you're saying there that it's only 1300 grams and 30 centimeters. As I said to you earlier, I didn't actually realise that was the 80mm on there.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because when you look at it, most 80mm scopes are a lot longer. They're just bulkier. So you've got that big old objective, but it's in probably the most compact setup that I've seen for something with an objective of that size.
Yeah.
And I think we were saying earlier again, what is it? Opticron's motto: smaller, lighter, brighter, sharper. Have I got that right?
Yeah,
the right order?
Exactly. Yeah, and we're finding that obviously the market is going more towards people wanting the lighter weight products, smaller, fit in your camera bag, etc. Or in that case, travel scopes gone on holiday with.
Yeah.
A lot of people go on bird and holidays nowadays and just want something small and lightweight to carry,
it makes
on
sense.
the plane with them. So if someone's doing a lot of walking, like you would in the forest there, you just want lighter weight, smaller stuff, but still affordable and good quality. That's what we aim to deliver.
No, it definitely makes sense. And just to confirm, Rob, on the MM3's 10-year warranty?
That's right, yeah, 10-year warranty on those. And as you'll see with the MM4, it'd be 30-year warranty with the Japanese stuff. So you've got two options in them.
So with this, you've got your 10-year warranty, you get your full nitrogen waterproofing, you got your rubber armouring, you got some really compact design, lightweight, and you got some great prices on them as well. I think if you want an affordable option, which is still going to give you quality views, then these have kind of got that written all over them. Just touching on the eyepieces, because these will take a really wide range of Opticron eyepieces as well.
Yeah. So obviously we have 3 zooms in our range. So you've got the new MM3 zoom, which retails at £109, the HR3 at £169. And then you have SDL, which is 349, which is more compatible with the MM4 series. So, but it will fit and interchange between all of them. You also have the option of fixed eyepieces with our range, which you don't with some other brands. So you have a fixed eyepiece, which like in the Forest of Dean here, because a lot of stuff is relatively close. You want a nice wide field of view, low magnification. Looking at pieflies or redstarts or woodpeckers, and you can also with the fixed eyepieces, you tend to be a lot better for the digiscope inside of things as well.
Yeah.
So if you've got your mobile phone and you want to start digiscoping, you can use that with it, and you tend to get better results with that. So.
Because Opticron, you do the UHS-II universal smartphone mount as well, which you can use to connect your smartphone up to any of these scopes. And we will speak a bit about that later, and we'll sort of demonstrate how that works as well.
Exactly, yeah, that tends to be more popular nowadays as well. And it used to be the SLR version, which were quite popular, which you can still do with our telescopes, but yeah, the phone scoping is the more popular one nowadays.
I do it all the time.
You tend to carry your phone all the time. So
exactly, you always have your phone on. If you've got your spotting scope, whether you see anything good, it just gives you that opportunity to just capture a record of, you know, if you just want a nice record of the day out, or if you've got to convince a records committee, if you see a rarity or whatever, you know, it gives you that option. But I think it's significant with what you were saying there about the fixed eyepieces, because not many manufacturers do fixed eyepieces anymore. Everybody does zooms, but sometimes it's having a fix is just a really nice option, like you say, particularly with digiscoping. So yeah, effectively that is the MM3 range in essence, I think. So what you've also got, of course, are the Japanese built MM4s. So should we move on and take a look at those?
Yep, sure. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, let's do that.
Brilliant. Okay, so that was the Opticron MM3 range. So we're now going to take a look at the MM4 range. So these are all 100% built in Japan, come with a 30-year warranty. And whereas with the MM3, we had two objective sizes, we had 60mm and 80mm. We've got three here. We've got 50mm, which is really dinky, 60mm, and then we've got the top of the range one, which is a 77mm. So Rob, over to you for a detailed rundown on the MM4.
Yeah, so as Martin said, we've got three different options. We've got the very small compact 50mm, medium 60, and then the 77. So you'll see the backs on them are all the same. So the prism size, etc., is the same. It's just what we call the cone on the end is slightly longer, and you've got the wider objective lenses on the end. So the 50 is great, again, for travelling with, as well as the 60. With the focal lengths of the scopes, you get a bit more magnification as you go up in the range. So with the HR3, for example, is 13 to 39, and then 16 to 48, and then 20 to 60 on the 77. And then if you put the SDL, which is our top end zoom eyepiece on, you'll have 12 to 36, 15 to 45, and then 18 to 54 on the 77. And that also gives you, well, it delivers a wider field of view than the HR3, and a better, sharper resolution on the high end of the magnification. So like with any scopes, you'll see there's a deterioration as you go up in the zoom range. So, and this is where the MM4 delivers better than the MM3 series, which we saw earlier, in that it's Japanese optics, Japanese ED glass, Apo in the 77, so is a lot clearer and sharper on the high end of the magnification. So I
think that the Apo thing is something just to sort of enlarge on, because that's technically apochromatically corrected. What that means, it basically minimises the colour fringes, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. So your eyes will perceive that to be a lot sharper and clearer. So if you're looking at details of birds, say you're on an estuary looking at waders, looking for a flock of dunlin, and you might think, oh, I've got a little stint here. Seeing that detail in the autumn, you know, the V on the back of the little stint, you know, you'll see it with a lot more detail through, you know, sharper, brighter optics than you will, you know, through non-ED glass. So.
I think the other thing as well, when you minimise that colour fringe, and it's really helps if you're looking at a dark bird against a pale background, or if you're going through a flock of gulls or whatever, where you get that apochromatic correction, it just takes away that coloured fringe, and all the edges are just a lot sharper. I think once you've looked through an Apo and looked through a non-Apo, you really notice it.
You do, definitely.
It's quite
it's quite a difference in price in terms of, you know, if we take the MM460 versus the MM360, you got 199 on the body price of the MM360, and then 469 on the body price of this one. But as you say, when you actually look through, you can see the differences, especially when you're getting over 30 times magnification.
That's the thing, definitely, because I think the fringing sort of comes into play more when you go up through the zoom range as well. You know, so if you've got something that's corrected, you might find that you use it a lot more at the top end of the zoom, just because it's cleaner, it's a more usable image. Well. So it does make a difference. But yeah, like I said, they've got the three of them. The 50, which is really tiny little travel scope. I mean, the 60 is really dinky as well, to be fair. And even with the 77, this is really effectively an 80mm class scope. But compared to a lot of scopes of that type, again, really lightweight and really compact. It's not a big scope by any stretch of the imagination.
No, exactly. That's what it's designed to be. So we like you said earlier, is smaller, brighter, sharper. You know, in our ethos. So what we've done with that is design it to be small and lightweight. Is pretty much one of the lightest weight on the market at that size, you know, sort of 80mm class scopes. So that's what it's designed to be. Even though it's a field scope and not a travel scope, as like these two are, it's still designed to be small and lightweight. And,
definitely.
You know, a lot more portable. So
yeah, I've always had a real soft spot for the 77, especially with the SDL zoom. You know, I've looked through it loads and loads of times over the years, and even looking through it again today. It's, you get a lot of scope for your money. You get a lot of performance.
Exactly. Yeah, and on all these, you'll see that you've got the dual focus in 9:1 ratio, fast and fine focus like you had on the MM3. The finish is slightly better because there's Japanese models as well.
Yes.
So the finishing is better on these, and obviously there's stay-on cases available for them as well.
That's the thing, yeah. Cases, you do the cases are available in green or black.
Yeah.
And we said before, all these models are available in angled or straight as well.
Yeah.
So you get loads and loads of options really, especially with the eyepieces as well. There's loads of options to make up your own Opticron kit effectively.
Exactly. Yeah.
So and that's it really. That is the two ranges in essence. You got your MM3. Chinese made two objective sizes, and then your MM4s Japanese with your 3 objective sizes, which you can see here. There you have it. So earlier on we mentioned the UHS-II, which allows you to match your smartphone up to your scope in order to take stills or capture video. There's nobody better to show you how that works than Rob.
So this is the UHS-II, or Universal Smartphone Adapter. As most people nowadays carry their phones around in their pocket, the great thing of this is you can marry your phone up to your telescope, which effectively makes it a telephoto lens. You've got 4 main arms on here to clamp your phone, depending on the size of the phone, so it can be Android or iPhone Max as well, Pro Max. You've got 3 prongs on this side of the adapter, which will then clamp on securely to your eyepiece. So this has a range of 31 to 55mm, so it fits most eyepieces, either Opticron or other brands. And you can then set the phone up by, I find easiest way is to turn your camera on and then line it up with the actual hole in the adapter, which the phone looks through, and then you clamp the arms onto it. So once you've lined that up on here, you can then close the arms up and then tighten the nut on the other side, and then bring it up to your eyepiece just by adjusting this here, and this will widen those 3 prongs in order to get it over your eyepiece itself. So once that is all set up, you can then start video or filming any birds or wildlife you want to. One tip is, if you've got an iPhone or an Android, you can use your headphones by plugging it into the phone itself and using the volume button as a cable release effectively, so you're not touching the setup. So because you're using such high magnifications, sometimes up to 60-70 times mag, as you can see, the wind or any touching of the device itself causes a bit of camera shaking there, so sometimes using the headphones really helps limit that.
I hope you found the information in the video useful. If you'd like any more info at all, please contact Clifton Cameras or click on the link in the description. Rob, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
No, it's been great.
Thank you.
We've had a great day despite the biting cold and the howling gales. Even though it's the middle of April. So all that's left to say is thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.
Thank you.